I'm willing to bet you that most of the fish you catch are not on hard bottom or not on soft bottom. I'm willing to bet you that if you pay attention, most of your fish come from what we call the transition area, where the bottom changes from hard to soft. It is a fish magnet no matter where you fish, no matter what you fish for. I have seen fish relate to this change 10, 12 feet down over 30, 35, 40 feet of water. They will be right over the area where the bottom changes from hard to soft. Not once, every single time. Pay attention to the bottom, guys. I'm sure if you spend a lot of time fishing, you've got spots out here that you know what, if we're going to work this little spot, we need to be in 6 or 8 feet of water. If we're going to work this little spot, it needs to be 10 to 11. If we're working this little spot, it needs to be 18. I'm going to bet you dollars to donuts that the depths you're fishing are where the bottom changes from hard to soft. How many of you guys catch fish where the weeds change? Got a whole bunch of cabbage and all of a sudden there's coontail. Well, guess what happens? The bottom changes. Because coontail does not grow on the same type of bottom as cabbage does it? Whoops. Start paying attention to that stuff, and you can start to set up a better trolling pass, and you can always be where the fish are. First thing I do when I catch a fish, let me back up. The last thing I do when I get bit, when I'm trolling, the last thing I do is grab the rod. That's the last on my list of things to do. Save a waypoint, check the depth of the water, check my speed, check the bottom composition, get the net ready, get ready to go, now grab it. I can't tell you how many guys I got to grab by the nape of the neck on a charter and go, hey, 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 easy, killer. We got things to do first. He ain't going anywhere. You got a fish going like this with a hook. Where's he going? Every time he does this, the hook goes deeper. Let him swim. He's fine. Because I'll tell you what, you guys probably know this. You guys do a lot of trolling. I can guarantee you one thing when you're trolling, the only thing you can do as a fisherman when you grab a rod is screw it up. There's nothing you can do to make it better. All you can do is screw it up. So the longer you let that fish take care of himself, the less chance you got of losing that fish. Turn around, check the depth of the water, check the bottom, save a waypoint, get everything ready, then grab the fish. Okay? Pay attention to what's going on at the bottom. I guarantee you go out this year and start catching fish and paying attention to the bottom, you're going to be surprised how many fish come on transitions. Very surprised. Okay? The other thing color line can do is this. It can show you if an object is on the bottom, a fish, or attached to the bottom. Wood, weeds, rocks, structure. Okay? And the way it does this is this. I love this picture. I know it's black and white. I wish it was in color, but it's just such a cool picture. If an object is attached to the bottom, listen, you got your gray line, your color line turned on. If an object is attached to the bottom, the thin black line that shows you the lake bottom does not extend underneath the object. That tells you that object is attached to the bottom. That's wood, weeds, rocks. Just like that brush pile, that stump, and that stump. I'm going to guarantee you guys are fishing for that going, oh, there's a big one on the bottom. Now the nice thing about these is once you hook them, they really fight hard. Okay? They don't taste very good, but they fight pretty good. Only if you leave them in gear. Good point. If an object is attached to the bottom, the thin black line that shows you the lake bottom does not extend underneath the object. If an object is on the bottom, the thin black line that shows you the lake bottom will extend underneath the object, just like that school perch being attacked by those walleyes. You want to talk about stupid fish? A hot dog on a hook, you catch those. That's what you're looking for, guys. Those aren't stumps. Oh, stumps. Sorry. That's what you're looking for right there. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks for saving me. Okay? When bait fish get attacked, what do? Tight together, and they go right tight to the bottom, right tight to the surface, or right tight against structure. So when you see bait fish spread out in the middle of the water column, don't fish there. There's nothing there eating them. When you see bait fish grouped together tight, either on the bottom, up right against the surface, or against vertical structure, fish. The happiest person in the world right now is that perch right there. This guy here is going to be dead fairly soon. And here's the cool thing about this, guys. You can do everything wrong and catch those fish. They're swimming around with their mouth open. Okay, I'll eat that. They don't care. You ever caught a fish with stuff coming out of his mouth? They don't care. It's a meal. I'm hungry. I want to keep eating. But the other thing I want you to understand is this. Let me get to this real quick. We talked about fish on the bottom. If you guys perch fish or walleye fish, there's a fish. If you guys ice fish with this type of unit as opposed to a flasher, this will all be flat, obviously, because hopefully the ice isn't going up and down 1.5 feet. But there's a fish right on the bottom. You can see that separation. There's our fish. There's our bottom. There's our red line. That's a fish right on the bottom. Okay? Pretty cool. Now, here's what I want to show you about this. We caught a 2-man limit plus a couple extra out of this school in about 35 minutes. It took us about 1 hour and 40 minutes to find that spot. Okay? Now, we were walleye fishing. Now, here's what I'm going to give you. 1.5 ounce bottom bouncer, 27 feet back, about 1.5 miles an hour, 6-foot crawler harness, chartreuse orange and green beads, a number 5 gold Colorado blade with a holographic perch front. Okay? So I just gave you everything you would walk into the store and go, what are they biting on? I just gave it to you. I can go one step further. 22 to 23 feet of water. So you now have depth of water the fish are in, how deep to put your lure, the right size, the right shape, the right color, the right action, the right everything. All the crap you worry about. You put it right here on this dance floor, you can't keep the fish off your hook. You put it on the carpet, you will catch nothing. Nothing. Do you understand the difference between there and there? Do you understand the difference between fishing there and fishing there? Don't say you do, because you don't, unless you're doing this before you start fishing. If you're putting lures in water before this happens, you don't understand that. Let me back up. You understand it, you're not paying attention to it. I could have fished all day, and I'll tell you what guys do, and you guys know these guys, and I don't want to pick on anybody, but I'm sure it's a high percentage of people in here, because I used to do it all the time. I'll tell you what, I still get lazy. You're driving around, you fish for 7 hours, you get to here, you go, oh shit, we're out of beer, let's go in. 50 more feet, you're done. If you would have took a little bit of time to find that, you could have been done a lot earlier and enjoyed the rest of your day. Or caught 100 fish. I don't care what you do. See the difference? Bang. You know, and one thing I know for sure about fishing, I don't say always and never a lot, because the minute you say that, the fish tell you you're wrong. I know one thing for a fact. Bad fishermen do not want to be alone. You don't trust me? Watch a pack on Saturday. 9 guys fishing and a guy caught a fish for 2 days. Here comes number 10. They must be catching them out there. Now you got 10 guys catching nothing. Right? And here comes guy number 11. A guy, no, we got 15 guys. Nobody's catching anything, but we're having fun. We're all together. Go find fish first, guys. High speeds, this is what fish are going to look like at high speeds. This is actually what happened before I caught that fish. I showed you in the first slide. Notice a couple things. Notice how much crap is on my screen. At high speeds, you have to have that or you will see nothing. You have to have that much sensitivity to get all that return back. Notice how clear the fish stand out, though.